Hello. Just about an hour or two ago, I just got back home from my holiday to Europe, and all through the holiday or halfway through the holiday, I was just thinking, oh, when I get home, I really want to make a video of it just so I don't forget anything. In the past, I've done when I've gone on holiday, I've written diaries and stuff, or tried to write diaries each day of what I did, but I find that although it's good, it really captures every day. I really often go back and read it, and also on this holiday it was not much spare time to just write that kind of stuff. Like most of the time I was doing something because I was on the tour and stuff. Also, I want to add, I don't know how many videos I'll be doing about my holiday, but it could be hours and hours of stuff I don't know really in advance. It could just be all over the place waffling, and mainly it's just so I can just have something to look back at and just reminisce about this holiday, which was so good. What else? Yeah, so you don't have to watch these. I'm mainly just putting these up just so that I can remember it. Like an analogy I can think of is you got your hands here and sand's coming down, and sand's just going through your hands, and before long the sand's just gonna all gone, and so I don't want to forget this holiday or the things that I did, but I just know that over time I'll forget certain things about it, but it was just so good. And I really wanted to do a video straight away, almost when I got home, to really capture the feel of it. Really a lot of times I'll be away for the weekend, or gone for whatever, and I love coming back. Normally I love coming back, unpacking my stuff, putting it all in the laundry, having a shower, just getting back into home mode and stuff like that. But this time's different. This time I don't want to really unpack yet. I don't. Later, Tal. I don't want to unpack yet. I know I have to eventually, but I don't want to, because I know after a while of a holiday, and I know you come home, you got this feeling, and slowly you get back into the routine of normal day-to-day stuff. And I'd really like to think, one of the people I met, Felicia, on the tour group, she said on the last day that she hopes that when she goes back, somehow it's changed her as a person, and she's learnt from it, and things like that. And I hope that happens to me too, because I felt I've seen so much and experienced things, and just learn a lot of things. And I just feel hopefully I can just keep going from that somehow. And I don't want to, it's really hard to explain, but I just don't driving back from the airport. When I landed in Melbourne, I wasn't people are depressed to be back from their holidays. I wasn't depressed, because I know I really like my life in Melbourne and stuff, and it's super fun. But I was not really home sweet home, can't wait to be back, that kind of feeling. I didn't have it. I was I'm back, and the holiday's over, and kind of coming to terms with the fact that it's over now. It was just so good. Even after the first couple of days of the holiday, I'd already been well, if this was the end of the holiday and I went back, I'd be so happy already, because I had such a good experience. But then day after day after day, it was just amazing stuff. So many amazing things, the sights that I saw, the things that I saw, also the people that I met, the experiences that I had, the experiences I had were just amazing. It's just I can't, in 3 weeks span, just amazing. I can't get over it. What can I say? I don't know where to begin. It's tricky. Oh, now I've got a mental block. There's just so much to talk about. I don't know where to begin. The holiday, yeah. Oh, okay, here we go. like it like the holiday, like before I did all the planning for this holiday and all that stuff, like I had no credit card debt. I was like in the positive, whatever. Then I had to buy tickets for this, and like also my sister and I chipped in to pay for my parents to go, because the main reason we're going now is because my dad really wanted to go to Europe to see it, and I thought, yeah, we've got to do it while, you know, they still can do it. So I'm glad I did it. But yeah, it was good for them, but also at the same time I had such a good time. And the thing is, like while I was on the holiday, I was just thinking, oh yeah, like I would, like if there was food that I wanted to try, I just try it. Like if there was like some optional excursion that I wanted to do, because I thought that it'd be really cool to experience it, I did it. It was, and I don't regret any of it. Like I come back and I'm a little worried about looking at the credit card bill, but also at the same time I don't regret it at all. I don't care how much. Oh yeah, it was the memories I got from this holiday are priceless. Yeah, they're like money can't buy the memories that I have from it. Yeah, another cool like, yeah, if this holiday costs like if I had $1 million and this holiday cost $1 million, I would still do it, because it's like yeah, I had a really good time. Like just the memories that it's in my head now, so good. What else? Yeah, another thing I really found interesting, like on the way back, like my parents were talking about their experience of the holiday, and I just realized that the experience that I had was very like personal to me. Like the holiday that I had was from my perspective, and the things that I did were the things that I wanted to do. And so it's funny, like 4 of us went on a holiday, but I think the experience that we all had was very like different in a way. And yeah, I really love the fact that it was everything that happened, each day things that happened was what I wanted. Like, you know, the things that I was focusing on, the things that I was eating, doing, and you know, the people I was talking to was all like yeah, it's all what I wanted to do. It was just great. Like yeah, it's so cool. It's like very personal. Like my holiday feels really like yeah, like no one, like someone else could go to Europe and they would have like a different experience to what I had. Like, you know, and I just really like it how it's like that. Yeah, like it's funny, like I remember the first few days, the first day, like I mean we like leading up to the holiday, I wasn't like super excited about it, because you know, my life is already, I really love it, and like every weekend or every day there's something to look forward to and things like that, and you know, I love my friends and stuff. So up until until we were leaving that day, I wasn't really like cutting down the days till the holiday in a way. Even once we were on the plane and we landed in Kuala Lumpur as our stopover, and even then it's like I didn't know how to be on holiday. My body was like not sure what to do. I distinctly remember feeling like that. You know, it took a while to get into the groove for me of how to be on holiday, and I'm pretty sure by the end of the holiday or halfway through, whatever, I really got into the rhythm of how I like to take holidays. Like, you know, it's just so cool, like that I could learn that. Basically at the end of the holiday, it was like the way I do it is just wake up in the morning, just be thankful that I'm in Europe, which is like mind-blowing in a way, because it's just like, you know, you look on the map and it's so far away from Australia where I live, and I've always, for the last 10 years or so, I've been like, oh yeah, I'd love to go to Europe, you know, been to America, that was great, really had good times, but I'd really love to go to Europe, you know, just to see all that stuff. And yeah, when I was there, it boggled my mind that I was there. Like I couldn't, it was hard to imagine that I was there. And the cool thing is, like, it does actually feel different. It's not like you're in Australia, but it's slightly different. Every country has its own feel, like really distinct feel. Like, it's amazing. Yeah, maybe after I've unpacked and got some photos together, I can talk about each country in like a bit more depth or something like that. But you know, I don't know what I'm gonna do because it could be like 20. I don't know. It could talk forever about all this stuff. But this first one, I just want to capture how I'm feeling just after the holiday and kind of an overview of it. But yeah, Europe. Where was I? Oh yeah, about being on holiday. So I'd wake up in the morning and you know, I one thing I didn't want to do was like go on holiday for 3 weeks and then come back like a blob, like fat from eating and not exercising. So every morning was cool. Like whatever time we had to wake up for the tour, I would get up like an hour earlier and like, you know, just do some exercise, and then at night I'd do another bunch of exercise. And I'm really happy because I felt like, you know, I didn't get I felt pretty good doing that, and like it wasn't too bad. I wasn't really missing my sleep too much. I mean, I slept a lot on the bus, I think, and on the plane I slept a lot, but yeah, I don't mind. But yeah, I'm glad I could still keep that up and not like just let it go because I'm on holiday, because you know that wouldn't be very fun coming back. But anyway, yeah, that was good. On holiday, like, yeah, in the morning there'd be breakfast, a buffet breakfast, and I love food and all you can eat. Not all you can eat because I try not to stuff myself completely, but I like the fact of just whatever I want to eat, I just go grab it, pick it up. You know, after the first few days, I started going like, you know, pretty healthy and but still eating like finish up with a Nutella crepe or something like that. But yeah, so it was good. I just enjoyed like the start to the day of the buffet breakfast and seeing all the sights. I'd be like taking photos, and when we got to the city, I'd be thinking in my head, okay, sometimes we get free time in the city. Most of the time we've got like a little bit of free time or whatever, and more if you didn't go on some of the excursions. But I'd always think to my head, okay, so what do I want to do in this city, or what do I want to see? It's really cool. Like you just pick something like, I really want to go see this tower, or I really want to go eat a gelati and whatever, you know. Like every city I would be like, okay, I want to do this, and just do that. And it was so much fun. And it just was so good. Like it was just seeing the sights, like, you know, soaking it in, like these buildings that were so nice to look at. And I just touched them, just to say, oh yeah, I touched like the Colosseum, just touch it and take a photo of my hand on the rock. Oh, it's incredible. Yeah, so I love it. I love just being on holiday. And another thing I'll just say now, like, because I'm thinking of it now, like, you know, before the holiday, you know, I have my routine and you know, you have your work, you go out on the weekends or at night, and you have your routine. You kind of like not set in it, but like it's kind of like steady. And then when you're on holiday, or when I was on this holiday, it just went all out of the water. Like it just felt kind of great in a way. Like it was just you're in a completely different place. The routine's just out the window. It's just everything is new. It's just like it's like as if you're playing, let's just say computer game analogy. Let's just say you're playing a computer game like World of Warcraft for like 5 years or something, and then suddenly now you're playing a brand new game. Like it's just everything is new. The menu's new. Everything is new. Like that's just how it felt. One really good example I can think of, just out of the top of, like, really distinct, but even at the time I was thinking in my head, whoa, this is like this. On the second last day I was in London. I just had a free day, and I went to Chichester in England to meet my friend Nikki. So I took a train out from London, which was really fun. Maybe I'll talk about this more in more depth later, but when I was with her in the her town, and we were walking down there, and she was giving like this tour of her town. I was like, whoa, this is so, like, I'm in a completely different place, you know, in a completely different situation, and I had a blast. It was the best feeling, but really at the same time just like boggling, like, you know, it's like yeah, it's just great, kind of great just to be in something completely different environment. Like and like it just shakes everything up. So like it's great. I come back now and it just feels like it's just like if ever I had any like uh, patterns or grooves or anything like that, it's just like cleared everything, and now I get to pick what I want to focus on or how I want to structure my day. You know, although I kind of feel like I'll probably end up going to back to a lot of the patterns I was doing before, which was good because I kind of like those patterns. But it's just nice to come back and be like, okay, right now, today, I don't have to do anything. I mean, I've been on holiday for 3 weeks, and if I just want to do this, I can just do it. I mean, it's a nice feeling. Like, so I don't often go on holidays. Like, yeah, I'm always like pretty happy like in Melbourne. So like I see other people all the time like going on holidays, and you know, but yeah, I never really felt the need to go on holiday because I was pretty happy. I wasn't like super stressed or anything like that. But I really enjoyed this holiday. I enjoyed it so much, and I'm really tempted to just once I pay off any debts that I have from this, save up and maybe go again or go somewhere or something like that. That would be really cool. Another thing I realized is like tours. I never really realized that I would like being on tour on a holiday. Like I thought this would be easy being on tour because I'm with my parents, and it'd be easy just to be on a tour and they can just go along where they go. And I didn't think of the benefits of the tour, like what benefit a tour is, pros and cons. And I realized, you know, there are pros and cons to either being on a tour or going on your own. But a tour, I really enjoyed being on tour. I really did. I'm so surprised. Some things I love about it is two things. The tour guides, I was lucky. I mean, I don't know if they're all that good, but the tour guides we had, I thought they were great. You know, they were passionate about the city that they were in, or they told us all these really interesting interesting bits of information. Like I just know if I went to these places without a tour guide, I wouldn't have gotten like 1/20th of how much I liked it, you know, compared to when I had the tour guide, because they would tell us everything, a history about it. And you know, like some examples are like the guy we had in Rome. Like I don't know his name, but it was amazing because he took us through the Vatican, took us on a tour of Rome, the Colosseum, the Forum, and he was just it was amazing. You know, he'd talk about Michelangelo and how good he was, and now I'm a big fan of Michelangelo now, and yeah, I can't get over it. Like that part of it, like, so now it makes me want to, like, if I want to go somewhere, sometimes I just am tempted to just do a tour now, like, just to get that side of it, like, you know, someone explaining what I'm looking at and things like that. The other thing I really love about being on tour is the people in the tour group, because I had a blast with the group. I don't know how many people it was, maybe 30 or 40 in the coach that we were in, but by the end of it, we felt like a family. To me, it felt like a family, like a big family. Like, it was cool. We'd be walking around the city, like, in our free time, and then we'd see the other people in the tour and be like, hey, or whatever, and, you know, a few of us would be really close, and, you know, we'd go together places, you know. Yeah, it was so much fun. I really liked them, and luckily I have a few of them. We kept in touch. We got the details. We kept in touch, so it'll be cool. I'm looking forward to keeping in touch with them. Yeah, I've loved the people that I met on the tour. Yeah, it was interesting because another thing that was kind of cool is because, you know how in your normal life, you don't, like, yeah, being on a tour, like, you're just thrown in a deep end, and like there's all these people that you don't know, and at the start you're all strangers, so it's a situation that I'm not in that often. So, you know, when you're in normal situations, like you have your friends, and you might meet one or two new people, and so it's like you have your friends and then you meet someone else, and like and you become friends and stuff. But in this situation, it was like kind of like everyone didn't know each other, so it was kind of cool because it just got to, I kind of had to learn how to make friends again. Not like completely like that, but in a way, it was just kind of, you know, what I realized was that all it takes is just to ask someone a question, or just say something to something to someone. Like, that's all it was. Because I remember after 1 or 2 days, I was sitting at breakfast, and the guy sitting to our side on the other table, he just mentioned that my sister Lisa's voice sounds exactly like his daughter's voice, and he just got a shock because he thought, like, what's she doing here, you know? And so that's all it was. He just said something to us, and then I think later on I just asked him something like, I might have asked, like, you know, have you ever been to Europe before? So it's just a question, and then from that you just talk, and it was great because we got a really good chatting, and he mentioned like something like how he did something for a walk from the Pyrenees in Spain to France called the Santo Camino or something like that, and sounds really interesting. It's something I'm definitely going to look up. It's like a walking kind of holiday, but the way he talked about it made me really interested, so it's in my head, like, so I'm definitely considering that. But anyway, that's something else. But yeah, I just realized, like, all you have to do to kind of break the ice or start a friendship in that situation is just need to say something to somebody, ask them, and another thing is just be genuine. Like, genuinely, you can't just like not have your heart in it. Well, to me, I don't think you can. I would like to do that, you know, speak to someone, but just really just on a surface level, just trying to make small talk. But, you know, just be really, like, I like you know, really being interested. And I really felt like I really bonded with a lot of them, you know. I felt like it, so it was good. I really like them. I was really yeah, on the last day or something, I just kind of thought, oh, I'm gonna miss these guys, you know. So it's, hopefully, you know, bump into them again in the future sometime, but if not, trying to look at the positive side and just think, what is it? Don't be sad that it's over, be happy that it happened, you know. I mean, it's kind of, I think that's the positive way to look at it, but still, it kind of, yeah, I've got to practice it somehow. Another thing I learned on this holiday is that, because basically, because with my family, like, there's 4 of us, and, you know, we all have different things we want to do, and especially my parents to what my sister want to do. My sister and I probably have more similar things we want to do, but to my parents, and just because, you know, when we live at home, it's just very easy. Like, there's no clashes because everyone can do their own thing. But when you're on a holiday in a group, it's hard when you want to do something and everyone's going together. And I think at the start it was tricky because I didn't, you know, because I'd be like in a new city and I'd be like, oh, I want to try all the, you know, foods. I want to see everything, you know, and yeah. So, and it took me a while, like a day or two, maybe more, before I just kind of just thought, okay, so I know they want to do this, or they don't want to do that, or don't want to eat this, or don't want to eat that, but not to like think about it. That's what I learnt that I have to do, is like just kind of just, you know, if they don't want to eat this, it's okay. Like, I just have to think about, you know, what I'm doing, like, and not really try to fight against it in a way, like, you know, because often because early on it'd be like, they would just be talking about how much they wanted to eat, like they didn't like this food or that food, or, you know, we'd be in the city and they didn't want to walk around, they wanted to go home, but, you know, kind of stuff like that. So by the end of the holiday, I think I was better than at the start of, like, just not even thinking about it, and I think that was the best way to go, and I liked it. I had a much better time that way. So now when I hear them, like, if they say this or that, I'm like, oh, just let it go through. I don't even notice it in a way, rather than, you know, just saying stuff or getting annoyed. yeah, so I think that's something that because it put me in that situation to have to deal with it, which yeah, and so I had to, yeah, I'm glad. I think I learned how to do it a bit better. Hopefully I can keep it, so yeah. What else? There's just so much to talk about, and I know I can't remember, well, I won't remember everything. Yeah, like, it's gonna be funny, like, surely now I'll be bumping into people going, how was your holiday? And it's like, I can't even give them an answer. All I can say was it was amazing, and that's it. There's no way I can even begin to talk about how good it was, or because it's just like hundreds of things that were good, you know what I mean? Like, if I had a good weekend or something, it'd be kind of easy to sum it up, but this holiday, there's no way, and I don't even know where to begin, like, in a way. Like, it's just every things I saw and the memories I've got, just flashes of things, and so I might just talk about a few things that stand out in my head of the things that just from the top of my head that I remember that were really good. Okay. And I'll probably overlap a lot because I don't even know if I want to do like another one where I go through like in chronological order of the holiday, which is maybe this will be it. But okay, I'm gonna start from and it's really what I'm gonna go through probably won't make a lot of sense. It's not gonna flow. It's just gonna be going all over the place. But yeah, I can't do anything else other than that. First thing, we were in London and I saw Les Mis. How's that? Like, I've wanted to see Les Miserables, the musical, for I've been waiting for it to come back to Melbourne because I haven't seen it before, and my friends, a lot of people loved it, and so I got to see that, and it was amazing. Like, what can I say? Like, it was amazing. The floor moves when they walk. The changes in the scenes are just and the emotion that they sing with it, it's incredible. I loved it. And that short 30 seconds I just talked about that's how I'm gonna talk about Les Mis. Like, hopefully it stays in there, so if I ever have a conversation with someone, like, I'm sure it'll come out. So that's Les Mis. I loved it. The bus tour of London, like, I won't even go into all the details, like, of how it happened that we're on a big bus tour of London, but I'll just talk about it. We're on this bus tour, and double-decker bus, 2 hours, because 2 hours, and it took us around the sights of London. And the thing that I loved the most about it is the guy that took the tour, the guy with the microphone. His name was Andrew. I'm gonna talk and hopefully have a picture of him still on here. But he was just so good. Like, he was really enthusiastic and passionate about London, and that was what started me loving another thing after this as well. Started thing that made me just love this holiday. Like, he was just so, how many times has he done this tour, and yet every time, he was just so enthusiastic about London. It was so good. And once he found out I was a Harry Potter fan, he'd point out, like, where the Ministry of Magic was filmed, where Gringotts was filmed, like the outside of it, the bridges and stuff. And he'd say all these interesting little facts of trivia and facts and stuff, which made the tour so interesting. It wasn't dry and boring. It was just interesting. Like, I loved it, and I think he liked it too, because he was so happy that we were really into it. Yeah, it was just great. I really liked it. Hopefully, I definitely have a picture, and I just have to find it. But yeah, so here he is. That's Andrew. Hopefully you can see. You can barely see. Oh yeah, that's not bad. That's Andrew. He looks pretty happy, yeah. Okay. That's when we asked if we could have a photo of him, and he was so nice. Like, he even ran downstairs. We're on the top deck of the bus, and he ran downstairs to get us some guidebooks for England or London, and isn't that so cool? Like, I loved it. Okay, another thing I want to quickly say is this: first day in London, people were so helpful. because we had our suitcases, massive suitcases, on the train. Like, when I first saw the map of the tube with the lines everywhere, it was so confusing. I didn't know what was going on. I really couldn't comprehend it. Especially on the map on the train, it's like a small section of it, and it didn't show the station Hammersmith that we needed to get on, so it confused me even more. So I think we asked someone, does this train go to Hammersmith, or something like that, and then another person who weren't talking to me just told us, oh, you know, you should look at this map, it's more simple to look at, and you know, it's so helpful. And then when we came out of Hammersmith station, we were about to turn, like, across the road, but it was just all these buses coming out of there, so we weren't quite sure what to do. We must have looked lost, and what happened was this big red double-decker bus just was turning, and it pulled alongside of us, and this guy who was driving the bus, I don't know, he must have been stopped at the lights, but he was like pointing to the underground underpass that gets you to the other side of the road, and you know, things like that. And throughout the whole holiday, people were so nice like that. Like in Lucerne in Switzerland, we wanted to get fondue, and so we asked the lady in this chocolate shop, where's some fondue, and she was so good. It was amazing how good she was. She was like talking for like 5 to 10 minutes in German to us, and we can't understand what she's saying, and she can't understand what we're saying, and we're trying to like talk, and she went and printed out a coloured copy of the map for us of Lucerne, and X marked a spot where the places with fondue, and then at the end she gave us like some free like biscuits or something. You know, that's part of the reason why I ended up buying I'll show you this. This keyring. Oh man, where is it? This keyring. Okay, see that? It's the Lion Monument in Lucerne, and on the back is Lucerne and the bridge with a heart, because I love Lucerne. Yeah, I just really liked it. So the people were so nice. You know, it's like, yeah, everywhere I went, the people were just awesome. Like, yeah, in Germany, the counter, just, what do I say? People were awesome. Like, I loved it. So yeah, the bus tour of London, I really enjoyed it. You know, just seeing Big Ben. Whoa, you hear about Big Ben, and then I saw it. I thought, well, that looks so cool. A million different interesting stories about, you know, London, which I won't go into because otherwise the video would be like 20 hours long. You know, it just seeing these things, so good. Okay, another thing that was good. Okay, I'm just gonna, not even chronological order, I'm just gonna go in through some of the really flashbulb moments that I love the most. Okay, Brussels. We were going through towards Italy, so we crossed the channel on a ferry, on a bus towards Italy, because the tour we went on was focused on Italy and Paris, but on the way we stopped in certain areas. So one of the areas we stopped in was Brussels in Belgium, and that was the first time we had a local guide. So she was someone probably from Brussels, and it was kind of cool because it was nighttime. Like, we got there about, I don't know, 7 or 8 o'clock, and it was like really limited time that we had to do the tour in, like maybe 1 or 2 hours. So that, I think there was like 1 hour in the bus and then 1 hour to explore the city of Brussels or something. But it was exciting, like, and you know, we'd be on the bus and she'd be just giving a tour, and it just felt really cool. I think I forgot her name. I wrote down her name as well at the start. I didn't get to catch all of their names, but I wrote down at the start. I wrote down their names. Hopefully, oh man. Oh. know it's here, but don't know where I've written it. Oh, Natalia. Okay, Natalia. Her name is Natalia, and it was really such a great feeling to be in this city like that. When I was there, I was like, just getting a glimpse of what it'd be like to live in a different city. She'd be talking about this and that, and one thing that was so cool was there's an Arc de Triomphe there as well in Brussels. Like, it's an arc, and then it's kind of curved, and it has walls as well. I've got a picture of it, but I'm not gonna look it up. When the bus pulled up, there was like a long strip of grass, and then there was someone just by themselves training gymnastics, and they were doing flips, like like a flip, but then not just one flip, 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 flip. Like, it was so cool. I mean, how cool is that? Looking in you're in the bus, turn, look, someone's doing these flips on the ground, like just by themselves, practicing, and then also there in the background, it's like the Arc de Triomphe in Brussels. Like, it's beautiful. I loved it. Oh man, I loved it a lot. Yeah, so I really liked it. And then we got to Brussels, stopped, got off the bus, and Natalia had like pink outfit on and a pink umbrella, and she'd walk with her hand up in the air. I think, which is the thing with tour guides, they kind of do that so everyone can see them. And we followed her, and she took us down to the square in Brussels, and it was so cool. Like, that whole night is just burned into my brain of just an awesome fun night. Like, it was just 1 or 2 hours, but it was like magic. It was so much fun. Yeah, I love it. She took us down to this Belgian pub where we had a choice of like one drink, and I got like I don't know, it's called Creek. I forgot what it is, cherry beer or something. It was yummy. Then from there we had free time, so my sister and I were like, definitely got to get Belgian waffles and Belgian chocolate, and we also wanted fries, because French fries are not French. She told us the story of how they're from Belgium, and we wanted that too. But oh, the waffles were so good. We ate the waffles, very happy, to the point where I was in my head like, as soon as I get home to Melbourne, I'm gonna go to Max Brenner's and eat some waffles just to take me back to Belgium, to Brussels. Man. And then from there we went to the square to look for chocolate. Before that, because we wanted the fries, so we asked the local, and he didn't speak English, and he was still so helpful and just pointed us in the direction of fries, which is correct, but we couldn't understand him correctly, so we couldn't find it. But it's okay. We went to the chocolate shop in Brussels, and it was like Godiva. I think Godiva was a chocolate shop, and we went in there, and that was so cool. Like, I just asked them, like, can you just pick out like some nice ones for us? And he was like, cool, I'll do that. And so he picked like 4 of them, and he asked us where we were from, and he chatted to us. It was so nice. And he was saying like, do you guys surf and stuff? I guess that's the impression of Australians he's got. It was really cool. I mean, people were awesome. I just loved it. So that was Brussels. Had the best night ever. Like, I just loved that night. Rome. Rome was really good too. I'll go on to Rome. Like, when we got to Rome, we had that awesome tour guide that I talked about. I mean, I don't even know his name, but I've got photos of him. But everyone on the tour thought he was fantastic. Like, really good. Like, he, had a good pace of everything, but he explained everything, and really passionate about, like, his story about Michelangelo made me love Michelangelo. Like, he said, like, when we were in the Sistine Chapel, he was saying, this is me summarizing it, so, like, basically Michelangelo is a sculptor, great sculptor, but then they asked him to paint the Sistine Chapel. He's never done a painting before, and then boom, first painting he does. Well, it took him 4 years, and he did it by himself, but the Sistine Chapel ceiling, that's his, like, attempt at painting from being a sculptor to a painter. That was what came out. It's amazing. And he was saying about, Michelangelo, I love it. And like, he was just saying how Michelangelo could just do whatever he wanted, basically. No one would dare defy him. Like, if Michelangelo like had totally different viewpoints from when he painted the ceiling to when he later painted the wall. Oh, that's so good. Michelangelo, amazing guy. I saw Dave in, where was it, Florence, a copy of the Michelangelo's David, and I've seen pictures of the David around before, but when I actually saw it, like just there, it was just like I couldn't stop looking at it. It's like big, and it was just like it just looked so good. Like yeah, it was amazing. And when I take photos of it, it just doesn't do it justice. Yeah, I just loved it. What else? The Colosseum was amazing. I really want to see Gladiator after this, like just to see and to be like, oh, I know what this looks like. It's just incredible. This building that was like how many nearly 2,000 years old. I don't know. It's just there, and on the tour guide's like, okay, that's where Julius Caesar was killed. You know, like you're in the city and all these famous things happened here, and the famous things are still there, and you're looking at them. Incredible. Pompeii, the city is preserved. You're walking around in history, basically. Oh man, this holiday. They're uncovering, digging up, and finding history. It's just still there. Mount Vesuvius, it's still active, but it hasn't, erupted. Apparently, it was, like, I'm just gonna make this up, 3,000 feet high, and then once it exploded, like, now it's 2,000 feet high, so a whole bunch of it was up in the air, and it erupted for 3 days, and we could see Mount Vesuvius there, as we were driving past. It was like spooky. I mean, this mountain, I just imagine like what it'd be like when it erupts, it's amazing. Yeah, didn't want to hang around there too long, really. But yeah, Pompeii was amazing. Yeah, just everything was preserved. You go into the houses in Pompeii, some of them you can still see the paintings on the wall. Yeah. Okay, Florence. Oh, Venice. Okay, this video is going to probably go through a lot of the things that I was going to do in the chronological order, but Venice was amazing. Like, to be in the place of so famous, and you hear about people like Casanova. They were there in Florence. This was where Venice, this was where, well, he probably went to Florence too, but our tour guide was like, this was the last cafe that Casanova was seen in. This was the prison that Casanova was in. And Venice, like, it's beautiful. Like, my friend, one of the reasons I wanted to go to Venice on this tour is because one of my friends, Christina, from Germany, she told me that you can't describe it, it's like a picture, and I agree. Everywhere you look, everywhere you take a photo, it's beautiful. It's amazing. And at night, during the day and at night, it's two different things. At night, it was amazing, like really romantic in a way, like just nice, and the big square, and I love its new addition to it. It's like, it's not that old. The tower, I don't know what it is, the big tower there. Oh god, it's awesome. Oh man, this holiday's so good. That square is nice. Everything's nice at night time. It's like with less people around. It's so nice. Man, yeah, I can't. If I talk about any spot, I would take like half an hour. So I'm just gonna go through it. Florence was great. The gelati is heaven. Like, gelati in Italy before Florence was already great. Like, it was better than any gelati I've ever had here. I mean, I just eat it and like, oh, it's just so good. And then people were saying, my sister said her friends went to Florence and said they had the best gelati, and I was like, I can't understand how it could be better, but it was. When I ate it at Florence, it was like, what the, so good. And the hard thing is like what flavour to pick, man, it's so good, so good. Yeah, Florence gelati, Florence, what do I say? It's just amazing. The Eiffel. Let's talk about the Eiffel Tower. Like, it was nice when we were driving there in the morning. When we saw the Eiffel Tower, I was like, wow, that's the Eiffel Tower. No, actually, we saw it driving into Paris the first day with the traffic, and saw it in the distance. It was cool. It was like, whoa, there it is. And then when we saw it in real life, it was like, oh, that's kind of nice. But I was like, yeah, it's nice. But I was thinking to myself, oh yeah, it's alright. But the other stuff was better. Like, you know, when I went to the Louvre, I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. That's a whole nother section too. But when we came back to at night time and the Eiffel Tower was lit up, it is amazing. Like, it's another level. Another level. Victoria, our tour guide, awesome tour guide, and Pepe, the driver, they took us to this terrace, which is like apparently a really nice spot to take a photo of the Eiffel Tower. And it was. We came out there, it was raining a little bit, and you could see it lit up there. It was incredible. And then they were so nice. They took us there at nearly 9 o'clock, and then when it came 9 o'clock, it started flashing. Like, blue lights started flashing on it, and I swear, I was taking a photo of my sister, and I and everybody around me were, whoa! And my sister's like, should I turn around? What happened? And you know, it was amazing. For a couple of minutes, it was just glittering. I can't get over it. Yeah, Eiffel Tower's amazing. Even Paris at night, it's just lit up in another way. The Pantheon outside this restaurant, like we ate at night time, it just looked amazing. Like, just nicely lit. It just looked beautiful. Everything at night was so good at Paris. The crepes. In the morning, my friend Monin on Facebook said, "Go have some Nutella crepes for me," or something, and post a photo of it. And I was like, okay. So when the tour stopped to take a toilet break in one of the souvenir shops, we had walked past a crepe stand, and I was like, okay, do it now. You know, I gotta do it now. Like, who knows when I'm gonna get to a crepe, find a crepe, and I'm so glad I did, because that crepe there was so good. I ran back, and the guy, I told him, I'm with a tour, like, so I hope can you be fast? And he's like, yeah, we can do it. 2-3 minutes, we can do that. And so he made it, but he still looked like it was taking his time, but it was so cool. It was on this hot plate, so he poured down the hot plate, and I just wanted Nutella on it, because I think I don't know, it just came in my head, I just wanted Nutella. So he did it, made it, folded it into quarters, gave it to me, and oh my god, because I wanted to eat it with my sister, so she was in the bathroom, so I had to wait a little while. And it smelled so good. I was holding it, it smelled so good. And I was waiting, so finally she came out, so then we started eating it. It was so yum. It was like, oh, every bite was so good, so warm. And then right next to that street was the Notre Dame in the background, right there. So I'm eating a crepe with Notre Dame's right there. Oh, so good. Notre Dame itself was beautiful. Go inside. Oh, it was just so nice. Joan of Arc, I love Joan of Arc. So there's a statue of Joan of Arc in there, and a statue of Joan of Arc in Paris in gold near the Louvre. And now let's talk about the Louvre. Like, there was an excursion to Versailles, which I decided not to go into. I wanted to spend, there was about 3 hours spare time, and I really wanted to go to the Louvre to see the Mona Lisa, because, you know, that's something I wanted to tick off. And I'm so glad I did, because the Louvre was, amazing. Just everywhere you look, something really cool. And again, I would love to be on a tour of the Louvre, so someone could explain to me the paintings, and I would just love that. I would love to be on a tour of it. So I went to see the Mona Lisa, and I really liked the Mona Lisa. Just I took a video of like us entering the room to see it, and then I got to stand in front of it and look at it, and I really liked it. For some reason, it's just nice looking at it with your own eyes in front of you. For me, I felt that, rather than, I've seen it in pictures before, but I really liked it. What else? Oh man. The Louvre. Yeah, I just would love to be on a tour of that and just have someone explain some stuff about, you know, things. Because a lot of times I look at it, I think I'd like it, but I don't know much about it. Oh, it's beautiful. France. Yeah. Oh, okay. When we went back to London, it was cool because I thought I couldn't catch up with my friends. Oh, one quick thing. When I was in France, Paris, I in the mornings I would listen to the song by Alizée, I don't even know how to say it, but it's the one where she did the night elf dance in WoW, Jamais or something like that, or I think it's the song is I'm Fed Up, but translated into French. But I'd listened to that to get me in the mood, so I just wanted to add that in. And even today, when I got home, I was brushing my teeth, and I had the radio on from habit. I switched it off, got my iPad, and put on the Alizé, that song, because I still kind of still miss my holiday. Not miss it, but I don't want to get back into home mode, full on home mode. It's gonna happen, but I'm in no rush for it to happen. What was really cool that I got to do, really cool, was that I have some friends in Europe that I really like, that I talk to on Facebook or Interpals or through YouTube or stuff, whatever. A few of them, a lot of them I haven't met in person before, but this holiday was kind of like mainly just a tour of Europe for my parents, and so I just arranged like a day in front, and I thought in my head I only had a day behind the tour so we're not rushed, but it turns out I in my infinite wisdom, by accident maybe, had organised 2 days afterwards and 1 day in front. So when I got back to London, I was just checking out the dates of what, because I was really taking it 1 day at a time, so I didn't know what was going on really. So I was unluckily, because when I got to Europe, my friend Nikki and my friend Catherine were like, oh, you're in England, like, oh, you should have told me or something like that. And I was like, I know, I would love to have been in London or England for a week, or in France and for a week, just to catch up with my friends and, just to hang out with them and stuff. But I just didn't looked at the schedule. I just didn't know where I could fit it in or how, because I didn't have my phone. My phone wasn't really set for doing much over there, because I heard about like these crazy roaming bills and stuff people got. So I don't know. I wasn't able to text much properly, or it was going to be hard to contact them, I thought. But anyways, I didn't think it was possible to do everything, like to fit them in. But I was like, I'm over in Europe, it's a shame, like I can't do it. Like it's hard to get over there, like it's expensive, and to organize it all. I kept thinking in my head, like, when am I ever going to be back here? Like I say, oh, I'm sorry I can't see you this time, but next time I'll make sure I see it. But who knows what can happen in a couple of years, or if I ever come back, or if I do go on a holiday, it might be another country. So it was just, and then what happened was, when I came back to London after the tour had finished, I just looked at the dates and realised Harry Potter was actually on the 15th. We had come back on the 13th. So there was 14th, which was like a free day. And I was like, oh my god, I've got a whole free day where I can just do whatever I want that day. My sister wanted to do shopping, but I was like, I'm prioritising meeting my friend way higher than that, because I can go shopping with her anywhere, really. So, she did get to do her shopping, which was good. So I messaged Nikki, and she told me how to get to where she lived, which was Chichester. So she said, go to the Victoria line, catch a train to Chichester, take 2 hours. And so that was a fun day. Like in the morning, I went shopping with my sister just a little bit, because I wanted to get some leather shoes from Zara, because I actually lost I left behind my leather shoes in Switzerland, I think. It was under the bed. So I didn't have leather shoes for my Harry Potter. Oh, that's another thing I need to talk about, going to the Leaves and Studio tour. So I had my uniform, Slytherin uniform, but I didn't have leather shoes, and I needed to have that. So I wanted that in the morning, blah blah blah, to get leather shoes. So it's really off topic now, but I like those leather shoes I got anyways. So from 12:30 onwards, I told my family, okay, you guys do your shopping, I'm just gonna go meet my friend. And that was kind of cool, because this was a section of the holiday which was I was just completely on my own in a new country, and they were doing their thing, but it was just, this part was just me doing my own thing, and it was just like, I had the best time. Like, pick one thing out of this holiday, and that's this evening was it. Like, just so good. Like so I took some trains around, made my way to Victoria Station, and then figured out that you have to go up, ask people, and then when I went up to the top with the National Rail, I was like, oh my god, this station is like an airport. So then I was looking at the timing, and still everything was, around, like, I had to get my ticket, so I got my ticket, and at the same time I hadn't confirmed anything with Nikki yet, so it was exciting, but everything fit in just right timing wise. So once I got my ticket and found out where to go, and found out the train was like in 20 minutes or something, I went and found a payphone, called her up on a mobile number and spoke to her and told her that I was coming. And first time I'm hearing my friend's voice on the phone, it's like, well, like, yeah. And then got there, and when I was on the train, it was like I was got on the train, and all of a sudden they were like, okay, if you're going to blah 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 blah, be in the front four carriages. If you're going blah 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 blah, go in the back four carriages. And I was kind of still at that stage, kind of unsure where I was supposed to go, and so I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna go. I have to go to this Portsmouth or somewhere, and be in the front four carriages. But then I was like, okay, which one is the front four? So I asked someone, and they're like, okay, yeah, this way is front four. It was so cool, like, to be in the train and like, okay, you got to make sure you're in the right part because it's going to split apart at a certain station. That was, yeah. And like, just being on the train and watching the scenery go by. I mean, I've experienced London, but now I got to experience out of London, which is so cool. And the weather was really nice this day. It was sunny. It was amazing. It was nearly a 2-hour trip, but I enjoyed it so much. And yeah, so Nikki told me to meet her at this bridge which links the two platforms, and yeah, I'll just yeah, basically once I met her, I was like, well, meeting her for the first time, I still remember it was like, whoa, I'm meeting, this is, because Nikki was like, oh, I don't know, yeah, it was really cool, like, really enjoyed it. She's then she took me on a tour of her town, Chichester, and it was great. Like, it was so much fun. And then she took me to like the Chichester Cathedral, and was showing me around, and which was something was cool because for the last 2 weeks I've been going to all these massive cathedrals, but they were really like strict, these cathedrals, where like, okay, because I wore shorts a lot of the time, so they were like, don't show your knees. So in these other cathedrals, so I had to pull my shorts down a little bit, they'd be like, shh, don't talk. But then I went to this cathedral, and it was so much more, it was still really nice, like old and nice, but it was more relaxed in a way. It was so cool. I really liked it. Chichester was really charming, like a really charming town. I'm really glad I got to experience like that side of England, and also to hang out with my friend, which is I think why this part was so cool. Is like, it's not every day I can go to the other side of the planet to hang out with my friend who I've never met in person before. So that's another thing. It was so cool to meet someone in person who you're really liking, on the online side of things, and to meet them in person and still like them and stuff. It was really cool. I really liked that. I think it might be the first time I've ever met someone like that. I can't recall that I'd never met in person before I was friends with them. I don't know. It might be, but anyway, it was really good. And yeah, I really had a good time the afternoon. Yeah, she took us around, so we went to Starbucks and chatted in there, and it was cool because after some stage we just started chatting about like computer games and all sorts of stuff, and yeah, it was fun. Then we went to one of the restaurants that she really likes, this Chinese restaurant, and ate dinner there, and that was good, and it was really fun. Like and like I said earlier in the video, it was one of those surreal kind of outings. Like, I'm walking along there, and this friend that I've chatted to for like like a year or something, like just, you know, chatting on Facebook or on YouTube comments and stuff. And now we're in person, and I'm on the other side of the planet, in a town that's not London, like out of London, like in a new, everything was new, like it was like so cool. Yeah. And yeah, that's why I say like, this holiday, like, you know, it costs money, but I don't give a crap. Like, it's priceless, like these memories. Yeah. So that was really, really good. Had a great time. And so, what else? That was really good. The flight back, because a lot of times people say, oh, I hate the flight to London or whatever, it's so long. But to be honest, I didn't find it at all. Like, I didn't find any problem with the flight. Like, it was, I think it was a 11-hour flight from London to Malaysia, and then from Malaysia to Melbourne. And I like movies, and on the flight I got to watch all these movies that, because I was confined to a seat, so I had to do something, and there's these movies that I wanted to tick off my list, so I watched a few, like Sky High and this and that, and so I enjoyed it, and yeah, I didn't mind the flight at all. So that's something. Yeah. And again, I just want to say, like, a lot of people were like, oh, so glad I'm back home, all these cliches I was hearing, like people saying, oh, I'm really glad to be back, we really appreciate Melbourne now that we're back. Like, I was hearing people saying that, but I know I already, like, I love Melbourne already, but I was like, I feel like I'm in no rush to Melbourneify, you know, like, forget about this holiday. Like, I'm gonna unpack and stuff, and it's slowly gonna sink in and stuff like that. But I had a great time. Yeah, before my holiday it was cool. Like, my friend Alex and Chai and Monin, and they messaged me and said, oh, I hope you have a safe trip. And I think they were saying, Chai said, hope you have the time of your life, and I think Mon said similar stuff, and it was really nice. And before the holiday I didn't know if I would. I was kind of wondering, like, you know, I just don't know. But then when I come back, I know I did. It was like amazing 3 weeks. Yeah, it's like, I love when you do an outing and it just gets burned into your brain, like there's certain scenes from it, you know, that's when you know, when I know I really enjoyed it. Yeah, it's funny, like, yeah, it's really, really good. It's gonna be funny because, like, a lot of people are gonna be asking me when, you know, at work and stuff, how's your holiday? I really don't know where to begin in a way, so it's gonna be tough. It's cool because now I can really understand, you know, it's good. I'm really glad I went on this holiday. Like, I guess I can, now I've got some stuff to talk about when people have said they've gone to Europe, and I can relate to the people who, like my friend Monin, who eats crepes to remind herself of France and stuff. You know, I can totally understand that now. Like my friend Ewan, who, like, when she came back from Europe, she was like, she just wishes she was still there and stuff. Yeah, it's just yeah, it was such a good time. I loved Europe. But at the same time, I think after 3 weeks, I just seen so much amazing stuff that I was like, yeah, I'm okay with going home now. Not really, but I was like, because there's just so much. Because if I had like another 4 months of amazing, like, I mean, where would I, you know what I mean? Like, I think, like, I was like maxed out on amazing in a way, like, you know what I mean? So 3 weeks was pretty good. It was fantastic. I wouldn't have, like, any longer, and I just felt like maybe I wouldn't have maybe been able to take it all in a way. I haven't even talked about the Leavesden Harry Potter studio tour. That was amazing. I just want to say one thing about that. A few things, but one thing, which okay, if you're planning on going to the Harry Potter Leavesden studio tour and you don't want any spoilers, just don't listen to the next few minutes maybe. I don't know, because I want to say one thing about the studio tour that was so amazing, but I don't want to spoil it for anyone at the same time. So, if you mute me, and I'm gonna make a sign, which means that it's okay to undo. I mean, this is just an idea. So when I do this, it means that I've finished talking about this thing that I saw at the Leaves in Harry Potter Warner Brothers studio tour. Okay, so you can turn off the sound. Okay, the thing that I saw that was so amazing. Okay, I'll build up to it. Basically, there's these things called white card models, which they make little models of like Hogwarts and Diagon Alley and all stuff, just so that they can see what it looks like and the directors can figure out camera angles. These models look amazing. Like, I was staring at the one of Hogwarts so much because I could never really wrap my head around like where everything was, and here I could see the bridge and the other bridge, the bridge that I literally love, the one that Lupin talked to Harry on in part 3, and the other bridge that got blown up in part 7 or the 8th movie. So I was just staring at them, just loving it. Everyone, if I could spend an hour or 2 in there, I would be happy. And also the concept art on the walls, every picture was like amazing. I just loved it. But the thing is, after that, turned a corner, and you get a glimpse of this the next room. It's big, and what is in that room? It's a massive model of Hogwarts. Massive. Like, I don't know what the scale is, but it's, and you could walk right around it, and there was music playing. Oh man, that moment when I walked around the corner and saw it, I was like, oh my god. I stepped back because I just saw it, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna video my sister's reaction. So I got my phone out. I've got it on my phone. I videoed the reaction of like when she saw it, and then after that I went and right around the whole thing on my phone. It was amazing. I just stood there after I'd done it. I just stood there and just looked at it and just imagined that I was there looking at Hogwarts. It was incredible. I want something to. I asked on my Melbourne Muggles Harry Potter fan Facebook page if anyone knew what song it was playing in that room. They could tell me, so I could just listen to that song, because I don't know what song it was, but it must have been Hogwarts related. But yeah, it was amazing. I could have just stared at that place and just imagined I was looking at it for real. It was incredible, and that's what they finish up the tour with. It's incredible. Loved it. Also, another things were fun. The green screen, sitting on the broom, that was really fun. Being in Great Hall, that's amazing as well. But yeah, the best thing for me was that model. Okay, I'll stop talking about it now. Okay, so I'm gonna stop talking about the Harry Potter Leaves in tour. But yeah, I recommend you go if you're a Harry Potter fan. You'll like it, I think. Yeah, so what was I gonna say? I think I'm gonna wind up soon, which is sad because I don't want to wind up. Yeah, I'm starting to get a little bit hungry now. I don't feel too bad. Like, I thought I'd be really jet lagged, but I feel okay. I don't know. I'm glad I don't have to work for a few days. But anyways, enough talking about that stuff. Yeah, I had the best time on this holiday. Memories that I'm gonna cherish forever. Like, they're priceless to me. I don't know. I was thinking in my head that during the trip I'd make like some really long videos, including all the photos I took on the trip and stuff. But I think this video is probably mainly enough of what the summary of how I felt about it. And sadly, a lot of the things that I heard from it. Oh, okay. I want to quickly talk about my tour director, Cosmos tour director, Victoria, or Vicky. She was amazing. She was so enthusiastic and had so much energy throughout the trip. Like when we got to Austria, she put on in the bus. She put on The Sound of Music. when we got to Italy, she put on Italian music. She was just awesome, so enthusiastic, fantastic, loved it. She was great. You know, I just guess I see so many times like people in their jobs who are just kind of doing the motions, getting through, and they don't really care about their job or not passionate about their job. And then to see these people who are so passionate about it, and they want us to have a good time. They don't care about their paycheck. The paycheck is not their most important thing. They really want you to have a good time, and they, you know, I gave her a postcard at the end after it, you know, and she was really happy with it. So I'm really happy that she liked it. Just saying how much I appreciate and how enthusiastic she was and stuff. So I think I'll wind up the video now, but yeah, I'm gonna try not to, yeah. So basically, yeah, hopefully I can keep some things that I learnt from the trip, like I don't know, just after, yeah, just hopefully somehow, you know, just things I've learned on the trip, you know, help me, so, like, but yeah, I don't know where to end, how to end this, but I don't want to end it, but I'm going to end it. So if you listened, hopefully you enjoyed it. If you didn't, I don't blame you, it's really long.